This week, I'm going to fulfill a request someone sent me on LinkedIn. Share more as regards to navigating into oil and gas as a BD. So come, let's dive right in. If you ever looked at oil and gas and thought this industry is massive, the deals are huge, the relationship runs deep, but nobody tells how to actually get in. This video is for you. My name is Kalista Modu, and today I'll be breaking down exactly how to navigate into business development in the oil and gas sector, whether you're coming from engineering, finance, law, or completely different industry altogether. I'll be breaking them down into 6 segments. Segment 1: what does BD actually means in oil and gas? First, let's kill the misconception. Business development in oil and gas is not just sales. In this industry, business development sits at the intersection of strategy, technical knowledge, relationship, and commercial navigation. It could be identifying new arcade or licensing opportunity, structuring farm in, farm out deals, managing joint venture partnership, leading market entries for a new geography, negotiating PS production sharing contracts with government entities. You need to understand the subsurface well enough to value an asset, understand finance well enough to model the deal, and understand people well enough to close it. Segment 2: the landscape. Who is hiring and where? Let me give you a roadmap of the industry so you know where BD road actually lives. You have your IOCs, international oil companies like the Shell, Total Energy, and so on. They have structured BD teams, especially in exploration and new ventures. Then, national oil companies like NNPC, Saudi, Almaco. BD here is often tied to government relations and policies. Independent companies like Spectral, Savannah Energy. These are often where the most dynamic BD action happens. Smaller teams, big individual impact. And don't sleep on oilfield service companies like the Halliburton, SLP, Baker Hughes. Their BD teams are massive and they hire commercially oriented people from diverse backgrounds. Finally, energy trading houses and private equity-backed E&P companies. These are where the most aggressive deal-making culture exists. Each of these has a basic BD culture, a different deal type, and a different path in. Segment 3: the skills you need. I'll drive it into 3 buckets. Technical fluence. You don't need to be a petroleum engineer, but you must speak the language. Know what a barrel of oil equivalent is. Understand reserve classifications. 1P, 2P. Know what a PSC is versus a consensus model. Understand the concept of cost oil and profit oil. These vocabulary signals you belong. Commercial acumen. BD is ultimately about value creation. You need to understand DCF modeling, MPV, IRR. You need to understand how deals are structured, what a heads of agreement looks like, what due diligence covers in an asset acquisition. Relationship capital. This is the one people understands oil and gas is a relationship dense industry. Decisions happen between people who trust each other. Start building your network now, not when you need a job. Attend industry events, ONS, African Oil Week, Gas Tech, SPE conferences, join professional bodies, be visible. Communications. The best BD professionals can explain a complex deal to a CEO. rational to an engineer, and a commercial position to a government minister all the same day. Segment 4, how to actually break in. Now, the practical part, how do you get in? Part 1, internal transition. In oil and gas, maybe you're in engineering, finance, legal, HSC. This is your fastest route. Be the team recruits heavily from within. Start by volunteering on commercial projects, asking to sit in the deal meetings, and signing your interest to your manager. Build a reputation as someone who thinks commercially. Part 2, adjacent industries. Coming from banking, consulting, or law, you have transferable skills that oil and gas BD value enormously. Financial modeling, deal structuring, negotiation. The key is to bridge the technical gap. Get certified. Take an upstream oil and gas course, ICTD, Euro Money. Amen. These are creditable programs. They reframe your CV around commercial outcome. Part 3, entry-level BD or commercial roles. Some companies have graduate commercial programs. These are competitive, but they exist. Look for titles like commercial analyst, venture analyst, new business analyst. These are your foot in the door roles. Part 4, consulting and advisory. Boutique energy advisory firms, transaction advisory team at the Big Four, or energy-focused investment banks. This gives you deal exposure fast and access, and build your network across the industry simultaneously. Whichever path you're on, document your commercial thinking, write about deals, publish on LinkedIn, build a point of view. That's what gets you noticed. Segment 5, the mindset of a BD professional. Here is something they don't teach in any course. The best BD people I've encountered share a few traits. They are obsessively curious. They read the industry press, upstream, Energy Voice, Rig Zone, World Magazine reports. They follow geopolitical shifts because oil is geopolitical. They know what's happening in Guyana, Namibia, and Eastern Med because those are the front runners where these are being made. They play the long game. A relationship you build today might yield a deal in 5 years. BD people who burn bridges, rush deals, or stem, or prioritize short-term wins over long-term trust rarely last. They are comfortable with ambiguity. Deals fall through. Government change policy overnight. Partners pull out. You need resilience and the ability to pivot. They take ownership. In BD, you are the one driving the process. Nobody is going to hand you a deal. You have to originate it, develop it, and close it. Segment 6, resources and communities to top intro. Let me leave you with a toolkit. Read the Economist Energy Cover, Energy Monitor, Wood Magazine, Free Insights, Vista Energy, Commentary, and the annual BD Statistical Review. Certifications worth exploring. AMEN, Association of International Energy Negotiators, offers excellent commercial training. Society of Petroleum Engineers has great resources even if you are not an engineer. ICTD has upstream commercial courses. Events, African Oil Week, Gas Tech, ONS, Stavagan, SPE, ATC, Offshore, technical conferences. Even attending virtual puts you in rooms that matter. LinkedIn strategy. Follow energy journalists, senior BD professionals, and companies you want to work for. Engage thoughtfully. Post your perspective on deals and industry news. Consistency builds credibility faster than you think. Communities. Look for energy professional network in your country or region. Many cities have petroleum clubs or energy associations that host regular events. Business development in oil and gas is one of the most dynamic, intellectually determined, and financially rewarding career paths in the energy sector, and it is accessible if you approach it strategically. Build the skills, build the relationship, and be consistent. Please share this with someone who is trying to navigate this space. Drop your questions in the comments. And if you want me to go deeper on any of these segments,
Yeah.